We initiated the project with Fife Cultural Trust and the Museum Service in Fife, as we wanted to have a project involving an artist in the interpretation of material from the new museum, but also working with young people from the local community.
This project, SeePast and Look Forward, is just one of the programme of activities that we've designed to give local people the chance to get really involved with an outstandingly unusual occasion, which is we're building a new museum in their town. So the funding from the Heritage Lottery Fund comes with the condition that we must involve as many people as we can in what we're doing, giving them opportunities to learn new things and also to influence the content of the new museum. So we're absolutely delighted that we've been able to work in partnership with Fife Contemporary Art and Craft, bringing together art students from Woodmill High School with artist-filmmaker Rob Page. So how did we go about this? Well, basically, we gave the students a plethora of museum objects to investigate and to see and pick out which of those objects they found interesting and gave them inspiration. So I hope you will enjoy watching the output from this project, which is in our first temporary exhibition, which is aptly called We Made It.
My film kind of takes a twist on like old sexist 50s adverts. I picked this whisk from the 50s and I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
Just like a hand whisk?
Yeah, that one.
And what was it that attracted you to the hand whisk?
I don't know, because it kind of like got me thinking about like sort of gender roles and stuff.
So tell me, what did you do?
I put Lewis in a dress and he was my house husband. Yeah, and we were advertising the Whisk-O-Matic to make his life easier so he can bake and reapply his lipstick at the same time.
Gentlemen, do you ever wish you had more time to look pretty for your wife?
Why yes, I do.
Well, with the new Whisk-O-Matic, you do! Now you can bake and still have time to reapply your lipstick. Hello, darling.
That is a husband's job, let me. With the new Whisk-O-Matic 2000, it's like having two pairs of hands.
We're obviously kind of very keen to make sure that we've got a high level of creativity within our curriculum, and trying to create these opportunities for our young people is absolutely a very important part of what we want to offer our young people. And we had the opportunity to have an artist coming in to work with pupils, and it's a great opportunity to enrich their curricular experience and to make it a more relevant real context and a great way for them to learn.
My film is about a radio I found from the collection at the museum, and it's basically about people nowadays tuning out from historical contexts around the town and not paying enough attention to, say, historical parts of the town and what that's meant to us now. I don't know if that made any sense at all, but probably didn't.
So what is it you're hoping to achieve from your film?
Well, hopefully gain a sense that people have been naive and, you know, haven't really paid as much attention as they feel they probably should have, and in the hope that people do take a notice this time and start to think a bit more about what has happened before them and how they live now and how the past has affected that.
What have you enjoyed about the project?
I think it's been our group spirit. Being completely honest, I mean, we have had the biggest laugh in the world. I mean, yeah, I think it's just been fun. I think we've all been really enthusiastic about it, and you know, we've always been, you know, really excited about coming to the days when we've been filming or when we're in the Mac Suite here editing. You know, it's all kind of excited the next stage of it as it progresses through the project. So yeah, just all of it, I suppose.
Would you like to see your pictures on as many walls as possible then?
Oh, no, I like them in closets.
Why is that?
Oh, because people collect them and they put them away. They don't have to put them up on the wall. At least they have them.
Well, what are they doing in the closet? They're not being looked at.
Well, that's okay.
It's enough that they exist, is it?
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
I hate to go to museums and see pictures on the wall because they look so important and they don't really mean anything. I think. interest you very much. Is that true? What?
A number of artists in the past have used the museum collections as their point of departure for making new work. There's a lot of inspiration that comes from museum collections, but also how collections come about, how they're stored, what the objects could mean. So we wanted to kind of replicate that with young people bringing their own reactions and responses to what the material was, and through that also make that material relevant to their peers.
My film is about a World War I US artillery shell, and it's a replica that the soldiers in the trenches would have made to keep their minds occupied. The thing that attracted me to it was the style of it, and that the original purpose for it was to kill, but then it got turned into something that was pretty. And I just really like the change of its purpose. It's been really fun to work with all the equipment and all that, because I really like working with this type of stuff.
My film's about mills and old industries and how it's not really there anymore and how it's declined over the years.
What was it that attracted you to the objects that you chose in the collection?
I'm not really sure what attracted me to it.
it's about different ways of thinking, and it's about problem solving, and it's about working creatively. I think one of the things that we want to try and encourage with our young people is that they have opportunities to be able to take forward different ways of working with different people. And again, a project like this means that the pupils have to be kind of really quite self-reliant. They are learning through the activity of making the films, and they're learning about history, and they're learning about filmmaking, and they're learning about the process that they have to go through, and these are really, really valuable skills, and it's about working together collaboratively as a team and working individually as well, and learning new skills that they can use further on down the line. I think there is a richness that comes from that as well, because it is they're learning while they're involved in the project, and there's not necessarily a fixed outcome. The film is one part of it, but it's about how they get to that point as well. I think that adds to the learning and discovery that they go through to get that experience.
I think the school have seen this as being something that contributes to their leadership skill training. So it has quite a broad impact, I think, on what they've got. And I suppose first and foremost also we wanted it to be something that they would enjoy, something that would be creative and fun.
My film's about a set of keys that were later made into replicas after being found in Dunfermline. What attracted me to the keys was the unique shape of all three. They weren't all like each other. They're very different from current keys that are used in everyday life. I really enjoyed as a group, when we were doing the stop motion animation. I thought it was really fun and enjoyable. It was something I've not really done before, so it was good.
Where are we going?
Good.
Why?
Because you're asking me questions.
Cara, why are we here?
We are here today because we are filming my short film for the museum project.
So, what's your film about?
My film's about a set of replica keys that were found in Dunfermline. The premise behind the film is you don't really know where they go to. Or what they were used for, who back. It's the kind of mystery behind it.
Can you tell me, what was it that attracted you to the keys?
It's so different from today's key. The difference is so apparent. Looks so different, and that's what kind of drew me to them. How different it is from today's.
As a museum professional, I'm just naturally fascinated by all these objects that we have. And sometimes it's hard because you assume that other people are going to instantly engage with stuff that you've got. But by linking something that the students are already interested in with a practical project, you know, they're kids who are studying art, it's a way of linking what could be dry and dusty history with something that's alive, and also because it gives them a chance to learn new things and to practically try something out.
My film is taking the mickey out of sexist 1950s adverts to advertise a soda siphon called the Physomatic 3000. It's like we're reversing the roles to make it seem that it's sexist to the man.
What was it about the soda siphon that attracted you to it?
So I do drink a lot of fizzy drinks, so I was like, I guess it links to me in a way, so I decided to do my film on it.
Thank you for helping me with my sewing today, Emily.
No problem, Gracie.
That will be Philip home from work.
Hello, ladies.
Good afternoon, Philip.
Hello, darling.
Man, I'm thirsty after a long day at the office. I could surely use something to drink.
Why, Philip, you're in luck. Me and Emily recently bought these Physomatic 3000s.
Why, darling, that looks interesting. What does it do?
Why, darling, it means you can have your favourite drink every night.
Brilliant, that'll give you more time to wash the dishes after you've poured my drink.
My film's about a bear and about its memories after it got abandoned. The thing that attracted me to the bear was the idea of all its memories and everything that it's seen since it sold. Unfortunately, we lost some of the clips, so we had to change the story slightly, but it still works.
Some of the students also listened to oral history recordings that we'd made of local people who told us about their working lives in Dunfermline, some in the coal mining, for example, and some in the textile industries. And then the students went out and about in Dunfermline, where they were looking for locations for their films and also to get more inspiration. And I think it probably gave them the opportunity to look at their town through new eyes and to think about the history of their town.
I would just have them in one hand.
Our film is about the mining industry, and how the decline over the years has left literally no trace of it in the present day, and how many people don't really know enough about mining in Fife and the Dunfermline area. We went to sites that could have been occupied by mines, basically showing that these places are no longer mines, and it's just visual evidence of this decline in industry. And we also individually shot objects which related to mines, such as lamps and gas detectors, etc.
I got buried in the pit, and I've got a few scars on me, and I got hurt a little bit.
It was a harsh environment. I was never afraid, never. Plus, we very soon become to realise that the guy that was next to you was a guy that could save your life.
You see, it's like we imagine going to it's a tour. A lot of the men, I'm glad I never got it, was the bother with their chests.
And I've been asked the question, do you regret any part? Do you wish you went back to work earlier? Well, no, I don't regret being involved, and no, I don't wish I'd went back earlier, because it's not my blood to do that.
For our film, we did 100 years of toys, so we kind of showed how toys have evolved over the past 100 years. We used a mixture of just clips and animation. So for some of it, we just took stills from some footage and put it all together to make it look like the toys were moving by themselves.
You ever done anything like this before?
No.
Would you like to do it again?
Yes, it was very fun.
See, we had lots and lots and lots and lots of fun, and we'd love to do it again.
We had so much fun, and we would love to do it again.
Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fun. So much fun.
It's not rehearsed at all.
If you'd say it like you mean it.
No, it was really fun.
Yeah.
it's really good when we can have these special projects and we can engage with youngsters. I mean, this is their town, this is their museum. Now that they've been involved in something directly, I'm hoping that, you know, when they come back from whatever they do next, they'll bring their friends, their family, their children, and they'll be able to say, you know, I was involved with this is my museum.